Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Toolour 2-in-1 desk lamp. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So the box does say magnifying desk lamp. I think the wrong words got printed on there. So let's get this open. So here we have a thank you letter, we have a manual. So this has two different options here. You can clamp it to a surface or use a weighted base. This is 25 watts, power is 12 volts at 2 amps, has a 160 piece LED, 1500 lumens, 5 color modes, and 10 brightness levels. So this comes with a remote. This shows all the features of the remote. Here we have some tips. You can pause and read through those. Let's look at the back side. So this has the remote, but it also has onboard controls. We have brightness up, brightness down, color temperature, 30-minute timer, switch light bar, and on off. Then we have the clamp, it tells how to use that, and the base. So let's get this out. So here's our power adapter, and that's going to be the 12 volts at 2 amps. Power cord's around 5 feet. There is also a little cord on the lamp itself. Here's the remote. It has a little piece of plastic you pull out to activate it. And we'll pull out the lamp. And then below the lamp, we have the base, hardware, and the clamp. So the base is around 9 inches in diameter, has foam on the bottom, has a little indent here, so you can use it as a little tray for storage. And then the clamp has this plastic part that clamps to the back here, or screws to the back, with these cap head screws and a hex key. And this clamp has rubber on the clamp and on the top. So I think I'll use the base. So I'll just insert it in there. It has these kind of rubber O-rings there that gives it some friction. And then we'll plug that in. So this will actually turn around. Let me widen this out a little bit. So the top light will come this way and the whole thing will come out. Okay, so actually I do have this backwards. Let me reconfigure this. So I'll loosen this up and this will pivot. There we go. That makes more sense. This is a big light. There we go. I think I have it all on here now. Let's just measure this. I know this isn't stretched out all the way, but it's just under 3.5 feet there. So let's turn it on with the power button on the remote. So we have light on both of these. So now we can, let's see if I can rotate this a little bit. So now I can switch which one is on. So I can have 1, 2, or both. Now that top button is the color temperature. So I can cycle through the color temperature. So we have some cooler temperatures, some warmer temperatures, and some that are more white. So I tend to like those. So that's a pretty white light right around there. And then we can dim this. So that's all the way down. And that's all the way up. Then it has some preset modes. So the sun here is the daytime mode. Then we have the nighttime mode and the book reading mode. Then it also has a timer mode, so it will blink. That was for 30 minutes, so after 30 minutes this will turn off. So you could actually use this as sort of a night light. So I'll turn the timer off, and I'm going to go turn off the overhead lights so we can take a look at this in the dark. Okay, so it's currently lighting up the center portion of my bench. I'll lift it up a little more. There we go. So that is very bright. Let me turn it down. So this is down all the way. Now I would not like to work under this light, but if I wanted some ambient lighting or I'm trying to relax, I think this would be a good light. If I'm trying to work, I'll turn it up all the way. So there it is, up all the way. Then I can switch from one to the other. So this is left and this is right. So actually if you wanted very little light, you could turn it on 1 and then turn it all the way down. Now, of course, you can bend this and move this in many different orientations. So I could have part of it pointing at the wall, part of it pointing down. I can even have it at kind of 90 degrees. So if I was doing modeling work, I could have light coming in from the top and from the side. So there are many options for this. One thing I really like about this is the base is all the way over here and the light is here. So the base isn't really in your work area. And I could actually move this over even further. So now the base is really out of the way. So that's the Toolour 2-in-1 desk lamp. This is a very versatile lamp. This would be great for a work table, bench. You could put this in an area where you read. You could put it on an end table and have it up really high. And the nice thing is you can turn the lights on individually. So if you had this up really high, you could turn this light on, pointing down on you, and you could turn this one off so it's not shining in your face. I like that this has two ways to mount it. So we do have that base, but if you wanted to take up even less room, you could clamp this to the side of your table or your bench. And once you do that, it takes up very little room, just a little room along your edge. And it also has that remote there. Since the controls are on the back of the lamp, you can use the remote so you don't have to reach back there to change them. So if I were to mount this on this bench way back there, it's completely out of the way, and then I have that remote to change it. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.